21 minutes ago, I just played the tournament leader who actually did win this tournament, Huber Villa. We've got a 1-all score now. Very strong player. I want to show you first this player where he got his score. There we go. We've got him at the top and 2527. So if we have a look at his games, we will see that he played me and he lost. So here we go. His performance rating was 2527, and I haven't looked at mine yet, but I didn't do very well. I lost some games. So round 12, and I chickened out. I chickened out at the end because I thought, well, I beat the first place getter. So he's got a win rate of 86%, but well done. What a score. Look at that. That's quite a good score. He ended up on 2 wins at the end or something like that. So yes, he ended up with 2 wins at the end. So here's this player's performance. What was my performance in this tournament? Going around the block. Okay, so is this the game? Okay. You ready? Set, and we might just look at this for the enjoyment. Okay, so this is the first place getter. I lost a lot of points last night because I played some games and I lost about a lot of rating points. So I keep going up and down just like Itsy Bitsy Weensy Spider climbed up that spider spout. And when the rains came out, they washed poor Itsy Bitsy Spider out. But what happened? Itsy Bitsy Spider, the greatest hero of all time, kept on climbing up that spout. Now, I didn't actually make that up. It's made by, what's his name now? From an English comedian, Al Murray, stand-up comedian. Very, very funny. And he always likes to engage with the crowd. He's very, 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 very funny. Absolutely brilliant. Al Murray. Okay, so just A-L and M-U-R-R-A-Y. He's a great comedian to watch, and he engages with the crowd, which is really, really good. And so I hope I can learn from him. But he spoke about the greatest hero of all time, which is Itsy Bitsy Spider. Climbed up that spout again. Okay, here we go. Here's the game. Here's the game. This is what you're here for. I hope you are. So this was played 24 minutes ago, and after that I finished playing in this tournament. I might remember to show you my performance rating. I haven't looked at it yet, so it'll be a surprise. But I did lose some games. We're going to flip the board, are we? We're going to flip the board? Oh, no, we'll look at it from his point of view, will we? So this is quite thematic to give the D4 D pawn away by white in the French defence, and black is trying to hang on to it, which is me, of course. So A5 just to prevent the preventative move of B4. Queen E1, maybe aiming for all this sort of stuff. Here comes this marauding knight onto G4 to E3 square, and here's H3. And do I go away? No, of course I don't. I go knight E3, bishop E3. Fair enough. Now I have this passed pawn, and this is tentative. I've got a sneeze coming on. I wonder if I could. I wonder. Excuse me. So I've got this passed E3 pawn now, and this would be quite annoying. And also I'm thinking about this diagonal here for me. So I'm wanting to get this bishop along this diagonal, hopefully, and push this d4 pawn. But it's very hard to defend this for black. Probably got another sneeze coming on. It might be something in the air, or I might have something. Imagine that. Here's rook g1. So this is quite good, really. I think that white is finding ways and means around my play. d4. So now I've got almost a protected pass pawn on e3, haven't I? So this is getting on to be a protected pass e3 pawn. So there's not a hotel on e3, there's a pawn on e3. And this was 3 minute, of course. Here's queen g3, bishop b7 as promised, to look at this long diagonal. It's interesting just the way things go here, really. Rook a d1, queen e7, and here comes king h2. Sort of like, I've been off, I offered, where did I offer a draw? Hold on. King h2, rook a d8, knight g5, h6, and then knight f3 again, rook d7, rook df1, rook fd8, and here's knight h4. I have to defend that with my queen, not my king. I go queen f7, queen g6, knight e7, queen f7, king f7, and here I offered a draw. And guess what? My opponent played on with g4, g6. Gets a bit hairy. Rook g3. Got to be careful for that long diagonal bishop. Rook g3, bishop d5. Trying to play like Nimzovich. Bishop d5. And here comes rook fg1 and g5. This is a do or die. And it's almost die. So g5, gf5, gh4, rook g7, king e8. And I was thinking that rook g8 was possible here, but it's not, as of knight. And then I'd be checkmated if it was possible. If that was another rook on e7, then it's rook g8 check and rook 1 g7 checkmate. So, you know, like I'm talking about white, black's got 3 rooks, which I probably wouldn't mind having 3 rooks, but I can still get checkmated. f6. This is very sharp. Knight f5. Now, upon rook g8 is obviously king f8, or maybe bishop. Maybe bishop f8, but maybe not. So here's bishop f5. So that's all beyond the, that's all gobbledygook now, because now black has had their knight on f5 removed. And so now I'm looking at this square as well with my bishop. So that's quite handy. And this bishop can hop back to f8 if it needs to. b4. No, I'm not leaving me alone. Bishop f8. Rook d7. Rook d7. Knight d4. My kingdom has collapsed. Knight d4. And here we have bishop e4. Knight b5. And now it's curtains. It's almost nearing curtains here. So we have, of course, we have rook d2 check. And there's nothing more for it than rook g2. Rook g2 check. King h1, and then e2. knight c7, king d7, e6, king c7. And that's the end of this game, and I hope you liked it. It's very much fun to be able to beat the leader, the winner, the board one player. So it's probably on TV. And for Lichess. Now I'm just going to see, pardon me, what my score was for my actual performance rating. Wasn't bad, 2216. So I had 2 losses and 6 wins. So the 2 losses was this one. Okay, so that's not bad. That's a loss. I lost that on time. It's too interesting. That's what happens in chess. It's too interesting. And this is the other loss. I could have probably got a draw. But at the end, even though I was winning this game. Okay, so those are the 2 losses. And that is the win there. This is the imposition. And I hope you enjoyed that. All the best with your chess, no matter where it's at. And thank you for watching. I've got other things to do now. Okay, bye for now. All the best.